Rachel Lindsay, Extra TV. Hello, ladies. You look absolutely beautiful. We always need to start there.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Much appreciated.
I know, as do you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, no, I'm excited to talk to you. First off, congratulations on season 2. This season has been described as sexier, funnier, and smarter. Now, I have to ask, just based off the first episode, could that be based on Davy's love triangle, Maitreyi?
I mean, I guess, like, okay, obviously funnier all throughout. It's just always constantly funny. I think it's awesome how there's very few moments in which there are no jokes. It could be a really sad moment, but we still toss a joke in there because, I mean, that's life. But I always find it funny when it's like sexier, and I'm like, me as the lead of this? Sexier? I don't know how that happened, but all right, cool.
You got to give yourself some credit. It really seems like Davy gets herself into some hot water this season, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely some hot water. Yeah. The mess does not calm down for her, but she's trying to be a good kid. Like, I think she's matured like a smidge, and that smidge is great. She's, when you're trying to be a good person, that doesn't come without making mistakes, right? Yeah. So there are definitely mistakes that we get to see.
And then Mindy, for you, did you see or do you see your younger self when you look at Maitreyi?
When I look at her, no, I mean, listen, the answer is I wish I did. I was nowhere near as sort of poised and comfortable in my skin. And so I think it's why it's such a joy to work with her. And when we first met her, we were like so amazed to find this person who's just completely, I know that she has rough times and has self-doubt, but like what I love about her is she just projects positivity, confidence, and she's hilarious. So yeah, I was not very much like her, but I would have like seen her in the cafeteria and been like, I want to be friends with her.
How does that feel when she says that? So it's pretty cool, right?
I mean, I'm down to have a metaphorical friend.
So this question is for both of you, but who was more like Davy in high school? Maitreyi or Mindy? Or both?
I mean, I'm sure you obviously have your connections because,
I had a temper. I had a temper and an extreme sense of justice. So that to me.
I have that too. I definitely have my temper and meltdowns. But I think the biggest reason why I relate to Davy is she's like smart at school, but she's also still confident. She's able to talk to people. She's not just like, I'm going to go to this corner and be alone. That's like not her MO, which I relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's just a really relatable character, honestly, to everyone. Hence why when she makes all those mistakes, people still root for her.
No, I think that's why the viewers have gravitated to the show so much, which is obviously why there's a season 2, because there's something in Davy or in any character that you can say, oh, that was me, or, oh, I understand that, or I relate to that, or I struggled with that, which is the key to success for any show, in my opinion. Mindy, for you, is writing and executive producing this series therapeutic for you on some level?
Definitely. I think that it is, well, I think it's always interesting to reflect on your childhood as your source material. And before the show, I never really had that opportunity. And it can be painful as well. Probably the greatest joy about writing the show is to be able to write for so many young South Asian women, and even not so young South Asian women. I think one of the funniest characters this season is the woman who plays your grandmother. Like,
oh my God, Ranjita.
Ranjita is so funny. Good. Like, and she's just like, to see someone of her generation. I mean, she's not that old. She's like, but she just has the best timing.
Oh yeah. And she's a really good person. She's really nice.
And she's brilliant. She's like a Stanford economist or something, right? So I just like love that normally on a show you'd have like, okay, there's one Indian character go to town. And in this one, there's 5. Who have great, very different personalities. So that to me is really the great joy about writing for the show.
It's really great to see. And then Maitreyi, for you, what does it mean to be a part of a series that is so loved by fans and even critics?
It's so surreal that, this is such a hit. Like, I mean, let me tell you, and this is me being so honest. When I read that pilot script at home before I even got to LA to start, all of the work for it, I knew this show was going to be good. I was like, okay, this is a good show. This is a show of quality. And I knew people would like it, of course, because there's nothing like it out there right now, especially in, Western media. But I can't fathom how many people like it, because we got 40 million households, right? But then each Netflix account has at least like 4 accounts attached to it. So you have to do the math, but then on average, how many people are within each household around the world? So when you think about that, you can't fathom that number.
I'm like,
exactly.
Let me write this down. Wow. Okay, last question I will ask you, because it's something that a lot of people want to understand, especially if they're just coming into season 2 and maybe didn't catch season 1. But John McEnroe, how did he come to narrating this show?
Yeah. So we knew that we wanted the character to have like a voiceover narration. And we thought long and hard about her personality. And the thing that the character and John McEnroe both have in common is, one, extreme sense of justice, and also hot-headedness.
Temper.
They both have tempers. And we thought it made a kind of a poignant link because her father, who passed away, was a huge McEnroe fan and had instilled that in his daughter. And so in the pilot, we talk about it, and I just find it enjoyable. Like, I think his voice is so funny and gruff, and John himself has such a good sense of humor about it. So it just made sense to us when we did it, and we really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, season 2, like I think his narration really like settled in, like with all of his jokes. And I'm finding myself quoting him pretty often versus Davy herself.
If you told me, John, I would have been like, no. And then you see it and it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense. It's great. Anyways, I got to go, but congratulations, you guys. Can't wait for season 3. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Talk to you then.
Thank you. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.